What's up, guys? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army to do a review, a very late review of this guy, Warrior Sunsurge from Badcube Robots Old Timer Series, Justice Force number 8. Right? It's got the typical, Badcube box, with the two-tone, the color up top and the bottom. Some very nice artwork. The box itself is pretty small. If I can just wander over here in the background. See, actually, it's not that small. It just, I don't know. I have no clue what I'm talking about. But getting back to this, I have not opened this, guys. I want to do this on camera to give you guys a first impression of what it's like to have it immediately. The only downside to that is there's no long-term comments I can make of this. Usually the best thing to do would be to have the figure for a couple of days and then do a review in case you find anything that loosens up, things like that. But don't have time for that, so we are just going to check it out here immediately in real time. Ooh, yellow. I love me some yellow Lamborghini. Alright, and we got this little figure here. I forgot it even comes with this. Yes, we got a little Chip Chase figure here with wheelchair. And it's funny he's standing next to his wheelchair in the bag. Alright, so move on to this. As you'll notice, all my wheels are everywhere. Hopefully nothing is scratched up. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised. Everything I get is scratched up. We got a fin here. Yeah, a couple scratches. That's fine. Alright, and then of course the motor thing here is going to be scratched up. A bunch of crap was laying on it. The clamshell wasn't tight enough. Definitely not surprised. Because these things are so damn affordable. Here are the wheels. A couple more. These are the silver ones that come with the kit as alternates, which are the ones that I'm going to use, of course, and it's the shit that's scratched up. And then here are the chrome ones that are already installed. Alright, actually the chrome's not too bad looking, just looks a little not scale, I guess. And there's a piece in here. His face is just laying around. Where the hell did this come from? Does this have an alternate face that I don't know about? Oh yeah, probably. There's a little spot right here for it. Alright, so anyway, here it is. Right off the bat, very nice paint. Definitely a lot better than anything Takara has ever given me. Because mine have pubes in them. I don't even know. This one is very nicely done, and of course coming from a third-party manufacturer. Now, of course, this is definitely a lot pricier than a Takara product. So, you would expect it to have much better paint. Still a little bummed about these things getting scratched. I mean, seriously, Badcube, just put tape on the damn clamshell. Do something. Thank God it was not the chrome ones. The chrome ones being installed saved it pretty much. So yeah, let's go over here to Chip Chase one more time. This poor little guy coming all the way from China or wherever without being able to sit on his wheelchair. It's kind of funny. I shouldn't even say funny. I don't want to offend anybody. But what I mean by funny is, like, I'm just amazed that there haven't been like more handicapped figures. Handicapped kids, probably feel a little bit better being able to see some kind of important character. Also have certain handicaps. Make kids feel better, which is probably the reason they even included this character in the Transformers. Cartoon. Give kids a chance to say, hey, look, even handicapped people can do stuff. Whatever. You know how kids are. And I'm glad they went through with this without being too PC about it, like, not even including it. It's cool that we got a little figure. Now, they did go the Takara route, which is to make the figures, little bulbous and a little less detailed than you would expect. But definitely a lot more detailed than this guy. This guy is just a piece of turd. Let's see how they scale together. they actually scale very well. Chip is probably just a tad taller. So yeah, and I have a couple other figures here that I had you know, to do scalings with. Somehow they just all got lost. I'm telling you, man, since I stopped making videos for like a month or two, can't get my shit together. But here is how he scales with Spike or Daniel, whatever you want to call this guy, in the exosuit. Boop. Gigantic head. Check out this ginormous head. Look at that. And we'll scale him with Daniel and the Spike figures. Not that scaling these all together is entirely accurate, but you know, just so you can see the differences. So we know the height difference between these guys. We've seen him a bunch of times already in other reviews. Here he is with that, like that, and then we'll get, alright, so these are meant to scale together, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so we're going to move on and check this out a little closer. Obviously not going to have the Lamborghini shield. It does have the shape. It's more of like a elongated triangle, obviously trying to keep from getting in trouble. And it's got the flat black here. And the rear is where I have a problem. It looks like, you know, it should have something. This looks like the innards of a bumper. It just looks a little bit off. It's not very Lamborghini-ish. It's like, it's beautiful all over, right? And then you get to the rear and it's like, oh! You know? It's like, you know, you meet a girl at the bar, she's all beautiful, take her home, next morning you wake up and this is what you see. And you run out of the house screaming. But yeah, so this is it. We're going to see how good it rolls. And I do have a cloth top here, so it does cause a little drag, especially if the cloth is wrinkled a little bit and it drags along this here. But it does roll nice. I did notice here they're starting to put copyrights. It says Badcube, made in China, 2015. All right, yeah, really digging this. Let's take some comparison shots with some other vehicles. All right, so we got quite a few cars here, not a ton, but here he is with wheel jack. And let me just move it around because this perspective does cause one car to look bigger than the other, depending on the angle. That's what they look like together. We also obviously have to compare them to Tiger Tracks here. Alright, so you can see it makes this look like a really pale yellow, like a grandma yellow. And this is like the yellow I would want to have on my Lambo. Again, the angle does cause it to look a little bit bigger, so let's switch it around here. You can see there. Pretty close. I mean, Badcube did such a great job just getting these to be like the same size, really. Pretty much same dimensions. And then just, yeah, even the wheelbase is it's a tad shorter, the wheelbase. But as far as length, are they the same in length? It's weird. The Badcube is just slightly longer, even though the wheelbase is just a touch shorter. But they did a great job, seeing as the transformation is completely different. So anyway, move this guy over. Get a Nissan here. See how that looks like with a Nissan. Then we'll get another yellow dude here. Got Bumblebee. This is the KO, which is a more orangey yellow. Alright. There we go. We're going to check them out also. I'm going to have to open this box up here. I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to check them out with Road Rage. Literally just took her out of the package for the first time. So let's take a look at this. Ooh, it's nice. Alright, so we're going to put that together. We'll worry about the review for that later. Yeah. I think Stingrays, I don't have a real life-size Corvette and Lamborghini, in my stable. Otherwise, I'd be outside right now driving them. So I don't know if these things scale, but I've seen Lamborghinis, the Countaches, and they seem smaller than they've always looked to me in magazines and stuff. And a Stingray is like a boat, pretty much. So I don't know how well they scale together, but this is what they look like together. And then, of course, we do have the MP10 trailer back here, so we're going to check out what's his name, Sunsurge here, which is, by the way, Sunstreaker, if you guys didn't already know that. Check him out, going right up here. Oh, too low. Got hydraulics, yo. And he fits right in there, no issues. So why would there be any issues if he's the same size as Tiger Tracks? And he's also got this weapon here, which is silver and chrome at the same time. It's got these little missiles here, which just seem pegged on because they do swivel. I'm just going to leave them on for now. And then you just attach it to the top. And there you are. Looks really, really nice. I was going to skip the whole, changing the chrome out. I don't think I'm going to leave it with the chrome. So what I'm going to do is use the little hardware that's included. I think this is just spare hardware just in case you strip things taking it out. Very, very nice of them to include a little screwdriver just in case you don't have a little screwdriver. And hopefully the end here, the Phillips end, is the correct size for these screws. I'm assuming since it came with it, it is, but that's usually why you strip stuff, because you don't have the right end. And I'm going to attach the silver bits. Alright, so just give me a moment. I'm not actually going to do it on camera, and I'll show you the end result. Now as I'm doing this, it almost seems like you're supposed to push the tabs in to pull it out. Don't do that, because I tried that and I bent one of the tabs and weakened it. So just pull on it. It ended up just coming out. It's a little forceful, the amount of pressure you have to put on there, but it will come out. This one's a little hard to get at. Alright, so I only managed to do the front wheels and this here. It looks like everything else, it's got to be, in an open position to get at easier. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the transformation and swap those parts out later. Alright, and to do that, we're going to have to look through this instruction booklet here, which, by the way, it looks like it's 36 steps to get into robot mode. I did hear this was a little on the complicated side. This is probably going to be like another war dog here. Yeah, so take a look at that in just a moment. And here are the spec cards that it comes with. It's got your regular Badcube style spec card with a little bio in the back. And it's got your masterpiece style also, which is a very cool thing that they do both. Alright, so, yep, let's get started. Alright, so here is Sunsurge all done. Even though it was a lengthy transformation, not lengthy, just a lot of little bits here, it was fun. I gotta say it was fun, as I can't stand transformations that are not fun. The only thing I didn't do right this moment is tab. You'll see right there's a little hook that tabs over this black part. That's a painted part. I don't know if I want to just tab it and untab it and have that wear out. I'm just like that. I don't like paint chips on my... and I know I'm going to get comments, toys are supposed to be played with and get scratched up. That's fine and dandy, but whatever. Now, one of the big things that annoyed me about the Sunsurge, even though it is a beautiful figure, is the thinness of the legs. I didn't really like that too much. I noticed this pulls out here, and it kind of negates having to use the hook on there, and it does provide a little bulkiness. I don't exactly remember how. Oh, there we go. It does provide a little more bulkiness to it, which I think I'm going to display it this way. I don't think it's a proper transformation. It does give it a little weird look, but it does give bulkiness to the legs as opposed to just having it sunken in this way. Let's see if I can get that back in there. Of course I can't. There we go. you know, and it kind of fills out the side here, so it doesn't look like the feet stick out so much. Because that was like one of the things I didn't like about this figure, is the way the feet stick out on the side, and I think this helps it offset that a bit. And I don't know if that was purposely worked in there. One of the things I, you know, kind of don't like is the fact that there is no like ankle tilt. That's strange, unless it's worked in. Actually, there is. I'm sorry. There is. I was going to say, I swear I saw the pictures with ankle tilt. It's a ball joint in there. It's not on the actual ankle. It's on the front of the foot. Because one of my complaints is going to be how dangerously close these panels are to this in scuffing. Again, I don't like to scratch anything. And I'm sure Sunstreaker doesn't like it either. We all know how he is about his paint. So it's a good thing they do give you some space there. But I got to say, this thing is absolutely stunning. We'll do some robot comparisons. How about that? So let's see who I can grab over here. Yeah, so this is how he scales with everybody. But let's actually go one by one. I don't even know why I did that. Just a waste of time. But you know what I'm going to start off with is this guy here, Hound, which is actually the Make Toys or Make Toys gun dog. If you guys haven't gotten this already, I don't know what you're waiting for. But these are two awesome third-party figures together. And here he is with little X-Transbots Wheelie, which is a little flimsy mess. But somehow, lately, he's been cooperating with me in these reviews. That's awesome. Look at that. He's actually standing. Never mind. And we have Red Alert here, which is a official Takara. And we have Turbo Trex here, and of course we have MP10 back here in the background. Always have to have him when doing comparisons with Masterpiece figures. Ooh, almost forgot this guy here, the third-party Mirage, which is actually the Sphinx, which is another awesome third-party figure. And of course you want to have Ironhide, since he's one of my newest acquisitions here. Alright, so as you can see, he looks great with the whole G1 crew. Alright, this is such a nice figure. Now, I know Omnigonics is coming out, and I can't get over that name. I know they're coming out with their own version of Sunstreaker, and the preliminary photos didn't do much as far as gathering interest on the Omnigonics one. I mean, the very, very first was, of course, it was the first Sunstreaker announced and all that. But then once the Badcube came out with the colored pictures, I totally, you know, it was all for Badcube. But now I'm seeing colored pictures of the Omnigonics, and it looks like it's going to be a nice figure. It's got slightly better proportions to my eyes, at least in the legs, even the way the back is. Like, this isn't so bad, but I like the way the other one is. But I think they're just really good looking, both of them. But this one's the one I have in hand. This is my favorite up to now. We'll have to see when the Omnigonics comes out if that's going to be my preferred. But for now, it's going to be Badcube. And I did end up switching the silver bits. The ties are already in there. It's so much easier to take off. And what I suggest is just grabbing the rubber around as much as you can. Like, lift this panel up and just pull it. Don't try to bend those little tabs in there to take it out like I did, like an idiot, and bend them. But as you heard, ratchets. Love that. It's got ratchets in there. So we're going to go over the articulation. We got the head here, side to side, up and down, very slightly. Well, actually, no, it's pretty good. You can look up really high. Very slight downward movement. We got little ratcheting shoulders right there. You can't hear them, but there's little lines. You can see them. Ball jointed outer shoulder here. Got a bicep swivel. Got a double jointed elbow, which is nice. You can fold it around like this. And we have a waist joint. I love that we have a waist joint here. We also have these flaps here, which fold forward to give you very good articulation there. The knees, which I already showed you, go back this far. And we have the tilt here on the foot. And even though at first I didn't think there was an ankle tilt, there is an ankle tilt there, which is really cool. Going back to the hands here, forgot those guys. We have a swivel. It's like one of those pop-in joints. And then we have the little 4 fingers here. No individual index. And it did, or does, come with a what do you call it, alternate head. So we're going to check that out. We have the regular head here, and I think it just pops off, or am I going to have to unscrew it? Looks like I'm going to have to unscrew it. I don't think I really have to. It's not actually screwed into the head, but there's these little tabs that wedge the face in. A little hard to get at with the face here, or the head. It's a really tiny screw. Alright, we'll get this back half off, and this is the part we want. You'll see the little tabs right there, those little circles. Can't seem to wedge them out. I'm going to push them out with the tip of the screwdriver. And is that enough to get the head off? Yes, there it is. The eyes stay back there, which is really cool. Then pop in the new one. And it's got this little smirky smirk going on. So I'll pop this on, see what that looks like. I don't think I'm going to leave that one there. I don't like my robots to smile. I know they have character and personality and all that. I really don't want them to smile. Most of my robots are displayed in a very serious, straight up manner. I don't pose them like in the middle of a sword fight or anything like that. You know what I mean. But yeah, so we're going to leave this standard one on. And can't forget about the Chip Chase figure and his wheelchair. Again, you know, I went over this guy, but oh, what the hell? He's very handicapped now. Pop that back in. Hopefully that doesn't happen too easily. Alright. Oh, screw it. Yeah, so mine's got a little weird arm. I'm not going to do anything with this guy. I'm not even going to display him. I'm going to have like guests over asking why I have a handicapped guy with my robots. And I have to explain the whole thing. But there he is with the little wheelchair. Wheelchair is just a PVC little thing here. It's not even that great, honestly. It's just silver painted. Looks like it was just molded by hand. Really. The space here is very minimal compared to the other side. So like, yeah, it looks like it was done by hand. And of course he's got this blaster. So we're going to open this up. Wow, Jesus. Is there ratchets in there? Yeah, it looks like there's ratchets on that. And then this is going to attach the same way any other Masterpiece weapon attaches. It's got a tab here, and then it's got a little sunken in piece in the hand to be able to hold it there, just like so. And then one of the benefits of looking at instruction booklets is that you find out that there's other things that you didn't know about this figure. So you can actually take these missiles off. They're wedged in really tight. I'm sure it's because of the paint on the gun. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Alright, that comes off. These missiles can mount. Where can they mount? I think it was right here. Like this. So that's a cool, neat little feature. Because I get fingerprints all over them. And then the gun, but you got to take one of the missiles off. The gun can mount. Just fold this back in. I'm afraid I'm going to snap this. It's so tight. Yeah, so this can go here. Peg it right in. Yeah, it's a really tight fit because of the paint on the gun, I'm assuming. And then little chrome bit can go there, little missile. So that's a cool feature. Or you can actually use that extra missile piece to do this thing here. We can open Sesame. If I can get this to open. Alright. Flip this around, you'll see it's got a little nub. You can attach this to the little nub, which I think is awesome. Look at that. I mean, this figure is just really blowing me away. It's neat little things like that that make figures so much cooler. But that's really going to bring us to the end, guys. If you're liking this, you can click the link in the description below to get your very own from BBTS. If you want to support the channel, please use the links I have in the description to buy your stuff, or even just use them to direct to that site and buy your stuff. That helps me out, bring more reviews in the future, because as you know, they are very few and far between. But stay tuned for, let's see what we got since you guys are hanging out till the end of the video. We have Quake Blast coming up. We also have a review on what's her name, Road Rage, and the DX Great Mazinger is coming also. So stay tuned for that. And until next time, guys, bye bye.